Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, November 15th, 2020. The kittens are 8 months old today. I say as I have a dolly in my lap. She's very comfy right now down in the lap, and my green screen is apparently not chroma-ing correctly today. Oh, well, I guess it's because this thing is the overhead light's a little bit different. Dolly loves to climb up on a stack of stuff in here and try to paw at the weights that I'm using for this overhead light, the weights being hammers. It's just a sack with hammers in a pocket to help weigh the thing on the other end so that it stays. Hi. She's getting up. There she is. She's 8 months old. There's a pretty girl. Yes, my pretty girl. Who's that? Who's that in front of you? Yes, there's that pretty girl with the pretty tail. You gonna go? Yes, she's gonna go. She's gonna leave me. She's leaving me. Oh no. Anyway, that is a thing. They are now 8 months old, and they are very bitey, very chewy. Thank you, YouTube, for telling me that I am live with an email every single time. So, what's been happening over these past few days since the previous stream? Not that much. To be completely honest, lots of Genshin Impact. Like that's the main thing I've been doing is just playing Genshin Impact and using a map to find all of the chests. All of them. I need all of them. I am not well, grand scheme I'm close to getting all of them, but also not even close to getting all of them. You know that feeling when you're like 80%, 90% of getting a whole bunch of random stuff, but you don't know which ones exactly you've gotten / not gotten yet. And when they respawn, so you don't know if it's the first time you've collected a chest that you've found or not. Yeah, that's my life right now, trying to figure out and get my percentage exploration up to 100% in each of the various locations on the map. Oh boy. And then when you get to 100%, there's still chests left in that area. Even though it says it's 100%, it's the first time you found every chest, but chests respawn. So there will be more chests in that area to find that you've picked up in the past, and you might not remember that you've picked them up in the past, and they're just returning. I'm adventure rank 35. I just hit 35 today, and yeah, just, like that's the only thing I have to do at this point. That's the only thing I can do at this point outside of spending resin, original resin, which is a stamina-based system. And it takes a long time for that resin to respawn. Lots of complaints around the resin system in Genshin Impact, especially at later adventure rank levels. There's just not enough content for the later phases of the game. At this point in time, I'm surprised people have progressed into like adventure rank 50 at this point and beyond. It's like, how money is how, by the way. Money is how, because you can advance faster by spending money in that game. I don't see the point. The account that I'm playing, I've spent not a dime on, and I have a few 5-star characters, a few, and quite a few 4-star characters, and like a big cast. Too many. I have too many characters. I need weapons, actually, more than anything else. But regardless, with all of that said and done, Factorio. Let us get into Factorio today. In Space Angels, I have to get into my thoughts and stuff about being in this map again. Because if you don't know, I record my Factorio series on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't record Saturdays because I do like grocery shopping and relaxation on Saturdays. That's my day off. And I play this Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So there's that extra day between the streams, and I have played another game, another map in between time. So I get confused at times as to where we have left off. We have left off with having set up ore sorting for silicon and producing monosilicon. That is what we ultimately ended up with last time, is getting into this stuff, this glorious stuff last time. And we did so from the very beginning of this process, having to do the ore sorting with crystal catalysts that we set up on that previous stream, and then producing ingots out of that, out of the level 1 basic processing for the silicon ingots. The level 2 requires hydrogen chloride in it, and even though it's better, I'd rather not deal with hydrogen chloride at this point, because the only way we can actually get the chlorine right now ends up giving us sodium hydroxide as a byproduct for the process I'm trying to actually do here, and we can't do anything to get rid of that sodium hydroxide. I could preferentially request it at chemical science when I set that up, but in the meantime, it's just going to be filling up a warehouse, and I just can't. I can't do it. That's not how I design. I want to make sure that I am always able to get rid of that sodium hydroxide byproduct in this level 2 silicon process if I were to set it up. And I can't do that until I have chemical science and a tech in chemical science. And I'm going to sneeze. And I have sneezed. Okay. I felt that one coming a mile away. And of course, we took our ingots and we processed into monosilicon last time. Also, just by the way, I have upgraded my bitrate today to 4,500 kilobits. Slightly higher. Apparently my internet speed test shenanigans has come back with a little bit higher today. A bit higher. I didn't feel comfortable going all the way up to 6 megabits. I think we would still end up with some drop frames. It was coming in around 10 on the up, 10 megabits on the upload ish, 10 to 15, about pretty close to where it should be consistently, but over the course, I don't know what's going to happen over the course of 3 hours, right? My upload rate on my internet has been very, very inconsistent, to say the least, over these past several weeks or so. I used to not have to worry about my upload rate, even on Twitch. I mean, I would be having the same situation if I was streaming on Twitch still. But I am at 4,500 streaming at like about the same quality as I stream on Twitch. I'm pretty sure I streamed at 45 on Twitch when I was streaming this over there. But yeah, we're back where we started. Anyway, today, in order to progress into chemical science, now that we have the ability to make silicon / silicon wafers to get into the next level of circuits that we need to get into the science, we will also need plastic to get into the electronic circuit boards. Circuit boards into electronic circuit boards. Which requires us to process something petrochemical. We have the option of it being either gas or oil, and as we learned last time, comparing the two processes, The gas process to get into plastic involves a few more buildings overall. This one, in order to get 5 plastic out, is 61 buildings, versus this process, which is 54 buildings. Fewer buildings, little bit different on the inputs here, and we do have this oil residuals that we have to deal with somehow. Unfortunately, we don't have a way of actually being able to deal with oil residuals until we get into chemical science. That's the downside of going through this route. I am forced into this route because I haven't found gas wells on this map. There's been none that have spawned with my current RSO settings, which at some point I had. You see all these ore patches that are around in all of this area. There's lots of ore patches. That's because I originally started with a resource spawn chance of 50%, 0.5, and I have since reduced that to 0.2, so now it's barren wasteland all around me. Completely barren wasteland, and I don't have gas wells that have been spawning in any of what's been revealed at the very least, so yeah, my hands are a little bit tied. I at least have a thermal water patch, and I've got so much oil everywhere. There's so much oil everywhere. It's astounding how much oil. The only natural gas I have are the 6 gas wells from the starting zone. That's it. That's all. Is that fine to go into the later phases of the game? No. Not when wells are limited in the amount of stuff that they can produce at any given time. If I could fully access all of the yield, all of that 76k per second on expected resources out of this gas well, yeah, sure, it'd be fine to go into the late game with that. But pipe mechanics. And internal fluid box mechanics are awful. Now, I think I did do this test with the pump jack too, and it came out that the internal fluid box appears to be 200 units. If I am remembering correctly from last time, it seemed that the fluid box was 200 units. I can stick this here and do this test again. Do I have a tank? Tank? Jax, where are you? There you are. 200, yes. Per cycle, and it seemed as if it's giving a productivity cycle. Yes, it is giving a productivity cycle of 100. Which I find interesting. Huh. I would not expect that at all. But anyway. 200 per cycle, and it cycles at 2 per second. So 400-ish per second is what I'll assume. I guess it's closer to 500, but whatever. No, not 500. 420, I suppose. I'll just assume 400. And my guess is that because this is a level 2 pump jack, that the level 1 pump jack has a internal fluid box of 100 units, and that the level 3 is going to be at least 300, and the level 4 is going to be at least 400 on its internal fluid box size on these pump jacks. That's my assumption. It might be wrong. It might just be 200 across the board. But, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Take that, give that. Thank you. Now we have a whole bunch of stuff in the inventory, which means that I was at least planning. Oh, goodness me. Vehicle. You are looking a little bit sad. You are looking a little sad right now. Here. I'm going to fill up your inventory with rail. Rail. Lots of rail. because we need to actually build this train station. Do I even have what I need for the train station? How many signals do I have? A few. And the loaders and unloaders and the lights. Do I have lights? Requester lights? Yes, I have 46. And the train stops and the regular train stops. A few. Okay. Looks fine by me. I would like a few more of those regular train stops, though, in the vehicle. And then what else? What else? I've got some fuel for trains. I think I'm good. I've got some of those. Some of those. Yeah, I think everything is fine now. I'll take another stack of you and several more units of rail. And then we will be off on our... Ooh, I know. I know. Big electric poles. Big electric poles. That's the thing. That I remember. That was a slight issue last time. I ran out of my big electric poles while building this rail at the end, as I planned out what we will be doing in this stream at the end of last stream. Because it was moving on to a whole new topic with petrochemical processing and making plastic and all that, and I decided, you know what, we're just going to plan and not really build yet. And now, today, we will build. Yay! Building. Building and executing upon a plan. My rock finder is very, very good. Have I mentioned that my rock finder in the car is incredibly accurate? It will always find a rock to hit. Without question. If there is a rock to hit in the middle of nowhere, it will find it and hit it every time. Alright, off we go around. Placing all of the... I said placing all! Come on, nanobots. Place all of my beautiful power poles. All of them. All of them. There you go. And more rail. Ah yes, radar is good. I like radar. I need that extra one there. At least I need that extra one until I get the level 3 power poles. Which I could do. Mind you, I could go over, just do some individual ore sorting for zinc and get brass. But we're holding off on that. We're going to focus on getting into the gloriousness that is the circuits. The electronic circuit boards, ECBs. Alright, hello, oil. Ah, this is such big SAF and JIV patches. Such huge patches. I wish I could tap into them, but no, I'm not going to. Alright, how many of these do I have? 4, 6, or 4, 8, 12. That's a pipe, mind you, between those. That's a throughput for a pipe. Let's get a tank. Pretty sure I decided to do the processing here as well. Pumps. Pumps. Beautiful. And glorious. Alright, well, we've got a pipe. Out of those 4. There. And there. Yay! Hello! Welcome! Hello! I have oil now. About a full throughput pipe's worth. Because it seems to be about 200 per cycle, 2 cycles per second, so 400 each. That's a pipe! That is a pipe. Now, Helmod. I need a pin on this one. Pin me a pin. And if worse comes to worse, I can do all the other stuff with the gas out of oil. Yeah, because I just really don't have the oil patches, the gas wells around me. That'll be some exploration to find that. Okay, how many separators? Also, get smaller. Thank you. 12! Out of, how much? 571.5, really. Am I following the dev version of Angels on GitHub? No, actually, I am not. I have not been paying any attention to development of Angels on GitHub in the slightest. I do not know what a lot of the changes have been over this past over a year since I last played this. This is actually slightly blind. Because even though I have played an Angels Bob's Space Extension playthrough before, I haven't done it in over a year. So lots has changed since then, and it's hilarious. It's going to be great as we realize, oh hey, this thing that I used to do, I can't do anymore. And yeah. Hi. I've got an Ollie. Ollie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Leaving. That's what he's doing. It's like, oh, let's claw at your chair up for a bit. Oh wait, there's a distraction. Let's go run away now. After clawing at me at my chair. 12 separators. Oh joy. I have way more than I need on the oil for these 12 separators. I need to think, is there anything else I need the oil for, actually? Not yet. Get rid of that rock. And then we are doing the oil processing. Notice you get raw gas slightly out of this process. Yeah, if I need to do anything involving gas, if worse comes to worse, I can do this and void the oil and the sulfuric wastewater and use the raw gas. It will be it's very painful. Very painful if I have to do that, but if I need to, I will. I'm actually just gonna copy this whole thing and run down the line. I need a few pipes, by the way, for all of this. This uses a little bit of pipe. So you suggested a change that got made? What was the change that you suggested that got made? Let's see, I need power, of course. Hello, power. I need voiding. Oh yeah, how many clarifiers do I have? A little bit. A few. It should be a flare stack, actually, on the raw gas. 2 of them, at least. I wish it was on the other side, the input port. Hey, can we get a flare stack with the input port on the other side? Like, please. That would be much appreciated. So what's the... That'd be raw gas. What's the rate? 50 per second. Okay, I need more. I need a third. And then this would just be one of these doohickeys, voiding all of that. Good. Now, the beautiful and glorious processing has begun. Next. Ave! You have arrived. Welcome. You weren't here for a bit. You've missed a stream or 2. Or 10. In the next version of Angel's Smelting, when also playing with Bob's revamp, heat shielding tiles will be made in sintering ovens instead of assembling machines. Okay. Yeah. I am all for more uses of the sintering ovens. Like, the last time I played this, there was only one thing that you would do in a sintering oven, and that was advanced tungsten processing. Well, that was it. That was all. Just tungsten processing. Okay, so this doesn't matter what port is what. I need... So, the buildings are in alignment, but the pipes are not, and that is frustrating. I'd rather have the pipes be in alignment. Like so. And actually, this is a little bit easier if the pipes are aligned, because I'm just thinking, like, later phase mass beaconing setups are going to look very similar to this because of just fluid mechanics being atrocious. Just line of pumps connecting the output to the input on these. And of course it is the exact same here, but we've got a fluid out. Oh, or we've got a solid output here. All right. This needs something. Do I have a warehouse on me? Really? No? I have no warehouse on me. Wow. I have a big requester chest. And provider chest. That's really the biggest things I got, huh? Wouldn't it be better to separate it by a beacon route? I'm gonna rebuild. When I really do beacons, I'm going to rebuild. And Bob's level 3 beacons are just a bit powerful, and they have a bit of range on them. So yeah, the thing about the level 3 Bob's beacons is you can have like multi-levels, multiple rows of them still affecting the same building. So, you know, it's a few that go around that. So there is no spacing. There is no spacing that is good for beacons. Yeah, those beacons. Yes, the ones that you put like just mega spam around a single building, and it's glorious. Absolutely glorious with the Bob's beacons. The problem is this is going to fill up pretty quickly at 4 per second on the output of the residuals. So, I have completely forgotten about what I'm going to do with the other stuff. So I thought I was going to void the fuel oil and provide the base mineral oil. If I'm not completely mistaken, I'm pretty sure that was what was on the agenda. This is... Oh yeah, and I was gonna... I'm not doing the plastic itself here. This is the production of the oil products. Yeah, I'll likely need to add Shawl's recipe scaling to this as well because, well, the beaconing is amazing, especially with the level 8 pure modules. So yeah, this needs to go. This needs to go. This all needs to go. That needs to be placed. That needs to be a thing. Fuel oil. I don't need this at all. Like, I don't need the stuff this makes for anything of particular value. I am considering in the longer term cracking the syngas and then converting it into something else. Just whatever else I might want. Oh hey, it's a way of avoiding the entire process with the gas wells. Just spend blue mineral stuff. That's the cobalt and what? Cobalt and titanium for the blue catalysts, those ores. Yeah, and that gives you all the gas well stuff. Great. Wonderful. Interesting. Carbon monoxide and naphtha, and then this is carbon monoxide and hydrogen. And then green metal catalysts get you into methanol. Aha! Gets you into methanol, huh? Gets you into methanol. Huh? Which you use for methane, for propene, or which you get otherwise from methane, you use it to convert to propene to convert into plastic. I see. I see. Carbon dioxide would be free, so I'm not worried about that. Kittens! They are chasing each other. The 8-month-old kittens, as of today, are running around and playing and chasing each other. So that's what I may do long term, is convert the fuel oil into synthesis gas and then use it for something like this. For example, if I want to use it to get into additional plastic. But anyway, I'm always worried because, like, my alerts aren't alerting for anything. My Streamlabs OBS software hasn't updated the event list, like the mini feed. It's not doing its thing. It's that it hasn't been updated in 7 days. Even though there are events within the past 7 days that if I go to the website and look at the recent events on the website, yeah, I see 6 days ago, 5 days ago, 3 days ago, 1 day ago, subscribers to the channel, to the YouTube channel. So there's several subscriber events that have not, like, reflected on the mini feed on Streamlabs OBS. By the way, feel free to subscribe because I am close to 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. As of right now, there are 1,097 subscribers. Precisely 1,097, and like I'm clogged here. By the way, I've got the allergies right now. For some reason, allergies. And of course, we are on limited monetization. The thingy is yellow right now because, well, I'm guessing it's the use of the word angel in the stream title. That's the best I can come up with as to why the YouTube sets these streams to limited. It's a shame. 'Tis a shame. But anyway, my point being, I would probably want this extra, or I would want extra stations here, at least one more, for the syngas that I would produce. That, I think, is what I want. So you are going to supply the naphtha. Is that even? Yes, that is. Supply naphtha, the first. Supply base mineral oil, the first. BMO, the basest of mineral oil. And then supply syngas. Well, here's the thing, though. It does not mark as limited any of the VODs that I would do from the Twitch streams. When I would render the Twitch streams and upload them as separate uploads to YouTube with the same title and description and everything. Fine. Monetization, fine. And it's like, oh hey, you're doing good. We'll monetize the videos even faster because you're telling us now. You can actually tell YouTube that your video doesn't have any limitations on it, and then they check it with their automated system, and they're like, yep, sure. It's great. It's great. We trust you now. After you did it enough times, they're like, we trust you now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We trust you now. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. As if. So I need a few of these, right? Oh yeah, 24. Yeah, that's just a few. There's 12. 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4. Just a few. Just a few pipe. Just a few units of pipe. And all that. Alright, off we go. What was that spacing on that pipe segment? There we go. Just a couple dozen. Yes. Dozen, 12. Baker's dozen, 13. Alright, let's see. Well, dozen, the word dozen in the meaning 12, it does mostly get used in baked goods out here. Like if you go to a bakery, you order baked items at bakeries by dozen or half dozen. And eggs. That's like the only other thing is just eggs. You buy eggs by the dozen or by the 18 pack. I buy eggs by the 18 pack when I well, I try to anyway. I've actually been getting jumbo eggs for breakfast lately, and I can't actually get 18 packs of jumbo size eggs. I have to get them by the dozen. And if you're having 2 a day, well, 12 doesn't work out so well when a week is 7 days. So it's like, oh, I wish they had like 14 in a package for eggs to actually last the week. But no, doesn't. See, I would buy a 15. I would buy 15 eggs, packet of 15, because then I know it would last the week, and I have an extra one just in case I have an accident with one of them. But I would never buy eggs that are in a container that I cannot open. Because always check your eggs. When you buy eggs, always check them in case any are broken. You don't want to buy a sealed package of eggs and end up having a number of them be actually busted from shipping and all that. Like there is no chance that I will ever be buying here US you can buy bigger cases of eggs, but you can't check them to see if any are broken. It's like, no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, gotta check the eggs, make sure they're not broken. Like, I could buy... At my Walmart, they sell double packs of 18. So 36 eggs at a time. And they're wrapped together. You can't check them. I'm like, no. And then they have even bigger packets. I think it's like a box of eggs. I'm like, no, that's I can't check a box of eggs to make sure they're all okay. Anyway, stuff. We've got naphtha to deal with. and base mineral oil, I'm assuming. And fuel oil. For the moment, the fuel oil is going to get voided at, I'm assuming it's 50 per second. I need to get rid of 120, so 3 of them. There. Get rid of all that. Yes, how about no? Yeah, no. There's like a meme of some professor, like a professor, quote unquote, saying, "Oh, there's never a situation where you have a positive to a negative," and it's like, yeah, no. Anyway, where'd I park my car? I need more pipe. Pipe! Pipe, please! Actually, I should use steel. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should use some steel pipe for what I'm about to do here. Because that reaches further. Slightly. It looks worse. It's uglier. Ah, there's no language where 2 positives imply a negative. Yeah, right. Exactly. Sarcasm. That, like, mastery over sarcasm. That's where 2 positives equal a negative. Let's see, I need tanks. Tanks! Alright. Tanks. Ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna do a tank, actually, here. Here. Pump. Where's my pumps? Pumps! That's a little bit off. Whoops. There we go. Yeah. It's partly a language barrier thing, people not understanding sarcasm. Like, I use sarcasm. I'm just a little bit of a user of sarcasm. I use sarcasm a bit in my just standard speech patterns. Just a smidge. And I think sometimes people take that very seriously, and they think that I'm being, like, I don't know, condescending. They think I'm being condescending when I'm really just being sarcastic. I'm not trying to be condescending, I'm trying to be funny, in a way. least I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that that's the ultimate effect. I need that guy. Hmm. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Well, alrighty then. There. Alright. We're good. Now. Trains! How many fluid wagons? Enough! I have enough fluid wagons. Yay! Also, depot, naphtha 1, depot, base mineral oil 1, depot, syngas 1. Feeling like pie sweet when writing syngas like that. It's like, oh, is this pie sweet? No. Similar item slash fluid, though. Very different ways of making it. Naphtha. Supply, depot, full cargo, circuit condition, do the thing. Supply, depot, full cargo, circuit condition, and do your thing. Yay! Now, base mineral oil. This is going to get used for coolant and lubricant and polishing compound. All wonderful things. All wonderful things that I will need in the long term. However, I need to make sure that my naphtha keeps flowing at the moment. So I'm going to do that. And void the overflow. I'm not using the base mineral oil yet, but I am going to anticipate that there will be a time where I will need to have an overflow on the naphtha. Just in case. Now, where did I park the vehicle? Because apparently I need more flare stacks. Gimme flare stacks. And then, how much? I need a fourth. And yeah, this is gonna fill up pretty quick. Just by the way. Pretty quick. I'm gonna need to get into that tech to process this pretty quickly. Slash, get a warehouse out here pretty quickly. Yeah, I actually only need 2 of these with this setup right now. Alright, we're pretty much done now. The only thing left is to get the sourcing priorities defined, excuse me. And the other one is the naphtha. There we go. That holds a lot. I didn't quite realize those tanks hold 40k each. Alright, sure. We'll go with that. Sorta want to connect the rail, like, here and over for a shorter distance, so it doesn't have to go all the way around and out, but oh well. Speaking of which, where will plastic live? Where will plastic live? That is the question. Ooh, hello. I have a line. I have a line that can be drawn. Ta-da! Why you skip? Ta-da! It's glorious! Beautiful and magnificent. Do I even have even remotely enough rail for that? Maybe. This'll give me another line with which to put train stations and factories along. Okay. Where are my kittens? I want kittens again. I was able to at least show Dolly at the very beginning of the stream today. Oh yeah, your preview for Factorio today is rocket launches. The rockets shall launch today. In today's video. Slash the next video for Factorio. There will be greater than 0 rocket launch happening. And then the next one after that is technically greater than 0 singularity science existing. Oh boy, I'm out of signals. Rail signals, oh boy. Once I'm out of rail, I have to take care of that. And yes, very first thing I'm picking up is the Singularity Tech car, the beacons. Singularity beacons. That's the very first tech at Singularity Science I'm taking. And I'm pretty sure I talked about how I wasn't interested in any of the matter stuff. Because I got for free the trees into matter. So I put 0 thought into any of the other matter techs. It's like, this is a waste of power. Or so it looked like. But you were saying that the immersite is actually better to process the ore into powder? Because I made the determination that for the antimatter power, that the wood into matter for the antimatter thing would be the best process, and that you don't need to pick up any of the matter techs to do that, and it's just waste of time. It's like, okay, well, if it's a more efficient transition, then that's okay, but what about like wood to powder, immersite powder? Yeah, like wood to matter to immersite powder. Like if the ore to powder process is better by going through matter, then surely other things like wood is better too, is viable. But it's a lot of power to do any sort of matter processing in Krastorio. It's like, is it really worth the power infrastructure to go about that when, like, it's, if you're limited on the ore, maybe. Hello? It's a Ollie. Hello. Hello, Ollie. Little Ollie. Big Ollie. Yes, you're squirmy. Squirmy Ollie. Squirmy Ollie, the 8-month-old. 8-month-old. 2/3 of a year. 2/3 of a year. Mr. Ollie with his tail. Hi. What are you doing over here? What are you doing? Hitting my mouse. That's my water. Don't go putting your face in my water. Hey. You push buttons. Don't push buttons. Anyway. Ah, he hit Alt. Great! Thank you, Ollie. Thank you for switching Alt mode off. Anyway, I'm here for stuff. I'm here for stuff. Oh, he's laying down now. He's laying down on the desk next to me. And I'm petting him. I am petting the Ollie. He's here. He's here. Sort of relaxing now. Okay. Signals. Rail signals. Wherever they may be. I need a few of you. All of you. I need just a few signals. All of what I have. Put that away. Ollie? What are you doing? Biting. Biting me is what he's doing. Wire. He's attacked my wire. Would you not? Would you not? He's like hooked around. He's hooked. Yes, you're hooked. You're hooking the desk. Yes. Yes, I see that mouth opening. I see that mouth opening. There he is. Yes. Hi. Hi, Ollie. There he is. And my TV. And my TV, and the ceiling, and there. Okay. Hi. So the wire is detachable. I can take it off at any point. These are technically wireless headphones. Oh, hello. Ollie, what's interesting you? What's interesting to you on my monitor? You're a lot bigger since the last time you've done that to my monitor. He sees the motion of the bots. And he's like, "Oh, paw the stuff. Paw at it. It's flies. Yes, it's living things that are smaller than you." I know, Ollie. Are you gonna go? You gonna leave me? Something going on? Yes, he has left. He has left the desk. At this point. Goodbye, Ollie. I need to, like, shift a little bit. I need to relax myself. I can't sit straight up or else I'm clipped. Oh boy. Well, more rail is required. Rail. Enjoy. Rail. Enjoy. Anything else? I think I'm okay now. Let's go place some signals. And then figure out what I'm going to do with this particular plastic factory. Now that I have finished with those 2 steps, you know, just 2 steps done. Oh, yeah. Oh, right, I need... Ahem. Before I go off anywhere, I need to grab carriers. The catalyst carriers, yeah, those things. I have made a bunch for this specific purpose. Hello, carriers. All of them. Thanks. In fact, make, like, a lot. Make many. In fact, do it quickly. Do it very quickly with stack inserters. Go. Alright, I'm gonna need a lot of belt. Oops. I don't have much. I'll need to probably restock with more belt. I'm out of coffee! No! No, I'm out-ish. Like a drop. By the way, did you see a few minutes ago I almost got hit by a train? Who noticed I came within like an sliver of getting hit by a train? Oh boy. Okay, here. How does this look? Awful. Awful is how this looks. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, I could do it. I could do it if I don't need a bunch more stations. It would work if I don't need any more stations. How many stations would I need? It's actually a tile up from here. So I've got more room than it seems. I need iron, copper, naphtha in, and plastic out. So I need to add one more onto this, and it seems I can place that. That will be fine. It works just fine. Besides, it'll end up here. In line, like so. Alright. Sure. There. With a 4-way and a thing. Maybe this should be a high throughput? I don't know. Depends what I have. Otherwise. I could put another set of factories up above, too. If I really wanna. Anyway, let's go! Let's do this. Wait, why is that? Oh, that's steam crackers, okay. Those will be necessary. I already had a train using this. Cool. It's like, oh yeah, this is a shorter distance. I need to place all the signals, though. Otherwise, throughput's gonna be really bad. Excuse me, but place? Thanks. Why did it skip? Come on, nanobots. You can do it. I need to get chemical science so I can have the best nanobots ever. I think. Nanobot upgrades would be great. Yeah. Yeah, about that. That's range, that's speed. You sort of need the electric engine units. Tech. for some reason, to get nanobot speed 3, speed 4. I need to deal with the oil residuals, and that comes where? Here. This is the tech that I need the most. And it's the one that actually lets me convert to syngas, and then convert the residuals into residual gas. Which I'm going to avoid. Completely. Yeah, I'd rather not die to a train, because, well, I'd lose the entire inventory of my vehicle. That's not good. Not good at all. Ah, I have all those signals. Good, good, good. Let's make this. Make the station. Place the... Oops. Place that thing. Wait, what? Okay, I am out of nanobot ammo. Let's get ammo. Ammo is good, I like ammo. Must have more nanobot ammo. Among everything else. At some point, I'm also going to need to mine more stuff. I'm pretty sure. Gonna need to mine more soon. But we shall see how soon. Because just like with the pie suite, yeah, sure, there's a whole bunch of more efficient ways of converting ore to plates. But there does come a point where it's like, is it really worth it versus just more volume of input? It's like, is it really worth it as opposed to just more volume of input? Okay, I'm fine on you. I need bobmonium. A bit. How about the rubite? I need the rubite a bit, although it is filling up again. How about the crotinium? Crotinium is not full on these bulk rail loaders. And then... where's my other mining? Of the givelite and stuff. I've forgotten here. Givelite is fine. And where's the sapphirite? Uh-oh. Sapphirite? Sapphirite here. That is also just fine. Cool. Which means that my limitation is the rubite... crushed? Crushed rubite? I think that's my limit right now. Where even am I? Crushing. Crushing of rubite is full. Well, alrighty then. How about you? Crushing of bobmonium, basically full. Crushing of stereotyte, pretty full. Crushing of crotinium, basically full. Okay. We're good. And then down here, crushing of sapphirite, basically full. Crushing of givelite, basically full. Alright, good. Just gotta check these things from time to time, make sure we're not getting, like, using up all of the buffers. I am here for what now? Nanobot ammo. This stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. I need that stuff. What are we gonna do after I get this plastic going? I have no clue. about the next step. I think this is the last actual thing I need to get into the circuits. So it's circuits next, I guess. The electronic circuit boards and such, ECBs, and we can make a plan around that. About 12 minutes before our break. How much of this can I do in that 12 minutes? Ideally, all of it. Just, you know, casually. Ideally, the whole thing. Plus plan. But we shall see. We shall see. Time flies. And I need a fluid input station, and I don't think I've made... Yes, I have. I've brought in sulfuric acid. What am I thinking? I've brought in sulfuric acid on my catalysts. Crystal catalysts that I'm doing somewhere. Where am I doing those again? I don't know. Oh, I'm doing this here. Yes, grab you, please. What's the spacing? That? Yes, that. That is the spacing. Yes, they're for blue science. ECBs are for blue science. I did not end up picking up more Jax tanks. Whoops. Jax tanks. Oh, and power poles. Great. Fantastic. Power poles and Jax tanks. Yeah, so chemical science will require electronic circuit boards. Oh, and I have to get engine units on my train network as well. But that's an easy build. That's super simple. That's the easy part. Sodium hydroxide also I need to make, and a dedicated build for sodium hydroxide. But this is the biggin, and the transistors require the silicon and plastic. So that's why we've been doing all of that. I'm not concerned about the other stuff at this point. Ferric chloride and resin. Really, the resin's not the problem, it's that ferric chloride. Yeah. Iron plus hydrogen chloride. This is easy. If I'm using my byproduct, hydrogen and chlorine from the production of the stuff and things, the sodium hydroxide. By the way, if you're a player of the Pi Suite, you see this process to get the sodium hydroxide, and you're like, huh, that's like a red science process for Pi Suite. The whole electrolysis of salt water, electrolysis of saline water to give you sodium hydroxide as a product of that electrolysis. That's your early game, sodium hydroxide, and then there's the whole slaked lime stuff to get into sodium hydroxide in the Pi Suite later game. Yeah, we don't really get that here. There is overlap in these processes between these overhaul mods. Anyway, I came here for stuff. again. That stuff, and get rid of that, and grab Jack's tanks. Jacks! Where are my Jacks? Where are those beautiful Jack's tanks? I know they exist. Where do they exist? I don't know. I don't know, where are they? Jacks? Jacks? Jacksiest? There they are. Next to my flare stacks. Let's grab double stacks. Let's grab a few of these. And keep a stack in the vehicle. And off we go. As I notice that my head is clipping because I'm sitting too straight. Yes, sitting up too straight. Definitely a problem sometimes. Also, like my chair is clipped off the side because my... Do not be on tracks, because I didn't put this in a good enough position. Hey, there we go. Better. Better-ish. Now the chair will clip on the other side. Because the chair is simply too wide. It is simply too wide, this chair. Alright, up we go. We have 6 minutes before the break. Let's see how much we can do in that 6 minutes. I just went right past. Oh, joy. Also, I want you there. Well, Ave, you know, a guy posted in my Discord, Tom Dubliner posted in my Discord a mod that he made that lets you just teleport to a train station of your choosing. And you get just a list of your train stations. So it's like, oh yeah, I want to go to my... Really? People are playing games, apparently. Literally playing games. It's like, huh! Supreme Court Justice of the United States plays Factorio. Cough, cough. Chief Justice. Supply plastic. We are requesting copper ore at plastic. We are requesting iron ore at plastic. And we are requesting naphtha at plastic. Ta-da! Okay, copper ore. Iron ore. Interesting. Have to wait for the trains to load, apparently. And naphtha. Make sure that I set this to a little bit more, because fluid. Yes, he could, though. He could play Factorio. Like, oh, Chief Justice of the United States plays Factorio, huh? Really now? Alright, naphtha! Bring me my stuff. Oh, there's the iron. Oh, and there's a load of copper, too. Huzzah! Copper plus iron plus stuff. I mean, we've already had Elon Musk talk about how He's playing Factorio in real life. Speed running, excuse me. Speed running Factorio in real life. There was that comment on Twitter. I guess I'm building on this side. Just, you know, casually. I've just been setting up to build on this side. Like, alright, sure. Sure thing, boss. I need my thingy. Yeah? Here. Making the red. The red. I do hope I don't need the green. Actually, I'm okay with the green. I can do individual ore sorting for both aluminium and silver at this point. So, I don't care. At least I think I can do silver. Dang. No, I can't. Alright. Cool. So if I happen to have a need for green catalysts for anything to get into blue science, yeah, I'm stuck having to do other ore sorting. Fortunately, I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's necessary. Because a lot of this other stuff is more advanced. Like, even though we can do it, it's like I don't need to do, like, I can't do this bioplastic stuff, and I can't do other things. Oh, that's my alarm to say that it is the halfway point of the stream as we actually begin the process here of making stuff. Here, have a few catalyst carriers as I go down this line. Oh yeah, so Factorio, Fax, talking about 1.0 or 1.1, excuse me. Yeah, they're apparently going to default so that the lane, the drawing snaps in the line that you're doing. That it will snap, so you don't end up having that issue right there as you're drawing. So you can actually draw in straight lines now with that patch anyway. It'll be neat, but it does kill the ability to like do spam like this for multiple lines. It will kill that unless you turn the setting off. Which I don't know. I'm okay. I think I'm okay with getting rid of that so that I can actually just draw a straight line. Anyway, with that, folks, it is time to take a brief break. I will be back in a few minutes. Don't forget to do all the social stuff below the video, etc., etc. I will see you shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. Please be sure to do all the social stuff, etc., below the video. We left off with setting up the plastic. We are setting up plastic. But, yeah, I've noticed that my start screen and my break screen, I need to update them. I need to update this and this. It needs to be updated. Do you see what needs to be updated here? I see what needs to be updated here. It says on the bottom right, help keep the coffee flowing by supporting via the panels below. I don't have panels anymore because I'm streaming on YouTube and not Twitch. That there are no panels. It's the description. It's stuff is in the description now. And then of course there's also things like super chats that folks can do at this point in time. So it's like, okay, it needs to change. And then if I'm gonna change it, like, am I gonna change the whole thing? Like, what? Do I take the opportunity to just edit the whole thing? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And that's why I heard a meow. I hear meow. Ah, hi. So the kittens have just been fed. They just finished eating. Here's the dolly. She just finished eating, licking her chops. Licking those chops from eating. Yes. They had their tiki cat food. Yes, the tiki cat food. It was tuna with sardines and pumpkin. Pretty sure that was the mix. Tuna and sardines and pumpkin. Yeah, you like your sardines? You like sardines? I think they'd love sardines. They love sardines. I cannot have my door open to the cats if I'm going to have an actual can of sardines. Like if I want to have an actual can of sardines, hashtag not sponsored, but if I want to have a can of sardines, I cannot do it with the cats present. Because, yeah, that is a recipe for disaster. An absolute recipe for disaster. And you bet they're gonna get the oil too. They're gonna be licking that oil. Yes, hello. Hello, little miss. I see you. You're gonna groom now next to me? Okay, good. You do that. You do that. For reference, on my break screen here, that little thing in the bottom corner has done zilch over time. It's done nothing. No one has ever helped kept the coffee flowing by supporting through the Streamlabs tips thing. Yeah, no one. Not in the entire time that I've had that message there has anyone ever given a tip through the Streamlabs tip system. I've gotten a few through the Streamlabs tip system really early in streaming. It's like 3 ever. 3 ever, and not anything this year, pretty sure. Nothing in 2020. That being said, I also have super chats enabled on YouTube, and no one has done a super chat. Ever. So if anyone wants to be the first person to ever do a super chat, that'd be much appreciated. Then I could say, "Oh hey, I've had someone do a super chat." It's no one's done it. It's my page for super chat activities. It's blank. There's nothing. There's nothing there. No one's ever done it. It's sad. So super sad. Super sad. I've also got the great big blue join button down there. We've got seven erudite otakus right at this point for like $2. $2 to be a member. At 10 members, I get another emote slot, and we're at 7. 3 more members. 3 more, and we're good. Also, subscribers. We need like 3 subscribers. We'll be at 1,100 subscribers. We're at 1,097 right now. It's great. Progression. I am progressing in this game. A little bit too slowly though. I need to progress a little bit faster so I can eat and pay bills. I need faster progression. That'd be much appreciated. Much appreciated. Just a little bit faster progression, cause yeah. Things must have things. Must have things that let me live longer. Do I want it on that lane? No, actually. Inside lane for you. Make more. I need to probably also extend this a little bit. So, steam crackers. Hi. Oh, boy, this is nice. Hello, steam cracker. I only need two inputs. Great. I need to crack. I need electric boilers. I have them. Good. It's like, I actually need electric boilers. We're doing this process. I'm doing it like this, and I have reason to do it like this. What is reason? Reason is that I can actually move this tile down. Such good reason. Just so I can just move this a tile down and not have to think. Because I need an input, output, input, output, input, output, input, output, input, output on all of this. And I need the same thing on the actual buildings on the other side, but for now. Now, I mentioned this uses a lot of pipe to do anything involving fluids. It uses a bit of pipe. Anyway, let's see. There we go. We've got stuff. Now to add the things. I need... How much steam? 200 steam. That means I need 4 boilers. Providing me with the steam. As well as I need the water input. That can go there. Pipe. Of course. Lots of pipe. Let's use the steel pipe grounds. Take it all up. I was trying to avoid that. Oh well. Oh wells. Whoops. There we go. That is going to make propene. And we're flowing freely. So now the empty ones will all end up on the quote-unquote inside lane on this loop, and all of the used ones will end up, or the made ones will end up on this inside lane. Looks like I've actually got too many, potentially, because this is taking a while to output onto that outside lane. But that's okay, that's a good problem to have. That just leaves the 4 buildings making plastic. right up here. No. That just leaves the liquefiers, and then the 4 buildings make it in plastic. Because we gotta do this process first, and then we can make the plastic. The buildings are not aligned, that's fine. Da, 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 da. Ta-da! Greater than 0 plastic. Yay. Train. Train. Locomotive. And cargo wagons. Limited to 1. Oh. Limited to 2. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the chat. I do not know those symbols. Alright, let's get this some coal and get going with pulp. Oh, I need to always forget to rename the depots. Hey, depot for plastic the first. As if I'll have more than one. Supply. Depot. Full cargo. Circuit. Condition. And there it goes. There it goes. Oh, I see. That's tie. Alright. Well, hello. I am Otaku Showboat. That is who I am. Alright, this is done. This is done. This plastic production has finished. I can now set up my supply priority. Depot plastic. Save that. Oh goodness me, this is huge. This window is huge because of this one thing with all the stuff there. Like, why does this not new line? I would like it to just new line instead of all being inline like that. Like, please, just have this. Have this layout, just use extra lines. Makes no sense to me. Can I change that in a setting somewhere? I don't know. Don't think so. I don't think so, but that's plastic. Yay. As it turns out, I can't go directly into the circuit boards yet because I need to get the solution. The whatever ferrochloric whatever solution. So the next thing would be sodium hydroxide. Yep. That's the factory to work on next. So, sodium hydroxide. Now, I guess with hydrogen chloride, because there's really no other good way of doing this. I also need a source of saline, and our only source of saline is going to be out of this water purification. I can't make the salination plant until I get these circuits that I'm making. That's one of the big issues here. I could do the washing, though. Hold up, I want to compare the washing. We'll do 5 per second on the sodium hydroxide. The mud water process would involve couple seafloor pumps, but then that's a 42 buildings to do all that. To get into saline in this way. That's an awful lot of work to get into saline versus water purification, which is going to take 17 buildings. A lot of water, and you have to deal with the purified water as well. What other Factorio content creators do I watch? Good question. Lately, nothing. I just haven't watched Factorio creators in a good while, but in terms of who I have watched, Catherine of Sky and Nilaus are primarily the two. I'm trying to think, have I really been watching many others? In terms of the people who had done primary Factorio content, I mean, there's also like Quill18 who has done some Factorio content. In terms of like modded Factorio stuff, it's generally speaking just been Catherine and Nilaus. But I don't really watch Nilaus anymore, and I have watched KOS's other content besides Factorio. Just for some reason, not Nilaus's. There's just something about his playstyle it wears a little bit on me. There's just something about it I just wasn't too interested in sticking around too long. I mean, yeah, he's a good player. He knows what he's doing. It's a little bit too restrictive in how he plays, though, I think. Anyway, I'm trying to think, because I don't really watch others consistently. Not Factorio stuff, anyway. Mainly, it's been me making content on the Pi Suite as well, so it's like, okay, sure. Not many others. I'm not the only one. Not many others. Is this really... Oh! Okay. Here I am thinking that this is the equivalent of a regular boiler. No, it's not. It's the equivalent of 2/3 of a regular boiler, so I actually need more than this. Yeah, I need at least one more of you. I'm actually going to do 2 so I can maintain too much. I'd rather maintain too much. Just so that it's off by the one tile across the board. Let's fix that. There you go. Well, I need that whatever solution. So I'm not going to do the viscous mud water, by the way. That seems like not that great of a deal. Good deal. but this is far more throughput on water. If I didn't have a means of getting water anywhere, I would absolutely be considering doing the washing from viscous mud water, because in terms of actual fluid throughput, the other method has more buildings, but it's better just because it's actually producing and using less fluid in the process. This uses a lot of fluid through independent fluid sources. These are things to keep in mind when doing stuff. Speaking of doing stuff, where will I do stuff? Probably on the opposite side, right here. Right here. That's where I will do things. And again, salination would be far more preferable for making the salt water, but the salination plant, it needs the electronic circuit boards. And aluminium, which I don't have, and brass, which is zinc, which is another thing that I don't have yet. Can I set those things up? Yes. Just not the circuits, because I need this stuff that I'm about to produce to make the circuits. Okay. Speaking of the circuits, I need a plan for the circuits too. Electronic circuit board. These guys. Let's say I want 5 of you. We'll do that. I need 25 ferric chloride solution. This is going to be a key item, which is 25 hydrogen chloride. Interesting. Allyl chloride gas. So 12.5 each of those. How much does it tell me? 0.32. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have more than enough on the production of the hydrogen chloride for this ferric chloride solution. Thing is, I'm going to need a lot of ferric chloride solution in the grand scheme of things, because this stuff gets used for a lot more than just these circuit boards. Ferric chloride solution. It gets used in, apparently, whatever, in ferrous crystals. Alright. Yeah, it gets used in that processing, which I will have to do if I plan on doing thorium. It gets used in the next level of circuit board, and the next level of circuit board. And it's used in modules. Yes, modules. Glorious, beautiful modules. All need this ferric chloride solution. Just across the board, so many things are using this. It's annoying. It's annoying. Greatly, highly, very annoying. So annoying. Also, apparently I need phenolic boards for, like, all the things. Cool. Yeah, just, lots. As much as I can possibly make is how much I need of that stuff. So this particular factory that I'm about to build is going to include what... Oh, right. It's going to include the electrolysis, the hydro plants, the chemical plants to make ferric chloride solution, and provide hydrogen chloride, and provide sodium hydroxide. It's a lot of stuff. Because hydrogen chloride gas, as the gas, is going to be used in trichlorosilane, which I think somewhat... No, it just consumes the chlorine out of that, so yeah, that's fine. Tungstic acid is advanced smelting 1. It doesn't use this at... yeah, so this is... I think this is required no matter what? Going even further into the tungsten processing setup, pretty sure. It's used in calcium chloride production. It's used in this with sodium hydroxide solution, interestingly enough. It's used for... You can actually separate it if you have too much of it, which is a thing. Now, hydrochloric acid is going to be used for the crotinium leaching, in particular. Epichlorohydrin, what is that? That is familiar. It's used in liquid resin 3, as well as the glycerol for explosives. Hee. The better explosives, but no, the liquid resin 3 is the epichlorohydrin, as well as bisphenol A. Glorious bisphenol A, acetone, phenol, and hydrochloric acid. Huzzah! More hydrochloric. So it's used in 2 of the things to make better resin, as well as a perchloric for the rocket boosters. Hi. You know, rocket boosters just for this stuff, not anything else. Don't need to worry about that in the slightest. Alien bacteria. Probably important. Use ingredient, huh? Calcium carbonate ingredient in alien bacteria into seeded dishes, and all that for modules. Great. So yeah, this hydrochloric acid is going to get used for a few things. Just a few things. So, do I go with the hydrogen chloride or the hydrochloric acid in this build? Because it's just purified water plus hydrogen chloride. I can make the purified water on demand, and I have use of the hydrogen chloride as hydrogen chloride more so than just as hydrochloric acid. So I'm going to provide the hydrogen chloride on my train network. That will be that. Yes, Catherine, I've watched plenty of, and I've watched Nilaus. I mean, I have taken active part in Catherine of Sky's community. Like that, she's good person. She is a good person. Just in general. In particular, I took part when she was doing Animal Crossing stuff. That in particular. I was in her section for Animal Crossing and was very big on presenting information about that game. Sharing info and all of that, opening up, doing multiplayer. It was nice while I was playing that game. But that game also completely consumed my life until I decided, you know what, this is dumb that I'm playing this particular game this much. When yeah, like, I had a goal of doing every single permutation of genotype of flower in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like, how insane is that? To keep track of the genotypes of every flower, and I was literally building a genotype chart where each flower had a specific position based off its genotype. Just filling in the chart. That's how insane that was, because, you know, my undergrad is biology. I like this stuff. I enjoy genetics and the representation of genetics through flowers in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've got 2 Switches! I literally bought another Switch with another copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. And did a family multiplayer account so I could have my other Switch have multiple users come over to my main village to water my flowers. 5 visitors watering flowers means that you have a far, far, far higher chance of your flowers breeding in that game when you hit the next day. And I was doing all this without time travel. Just regular day-by-day stuff. I need hydro plants, I need electrolyzers, and I need sources of water, more water, and I need clarifiers. More clarifiers. I'm full. Uh-oh. Get rid of these metal catalyst carriers. I need electrolyzers. Where are my electrolyzers? Electrolyzers, where for art thou? Level 2 electrolyzers. Anyway. Maybe one day I'll go back and continue with my progress on that. I got pretty far, by the way. I got pretty far in my genotype chart. The problem is I will then have to remember how I left things off and what was where, and that's not gonna happen easily. I'd basically have to start from scratch for some of it. I don't really need to hold on to any of that. Yeah, let's get this back here. This guy. Let's get you pinned so I know. And then I've got chemical plants to make the HCl. And I've got... Actually, how many? I need more chem plants! Oh boy. More chemical plants! Where are you? Here. I need you. And you. There we go. Time to head off. Where did I park? All the way down there. Great. I also need to build a train station. Even better. How much stuff did I leave behind that I need this time? I wonder. Oh yeah, that needs to be Mark II by default. Thanks. Oh boy, 17. Wow. That's quite a few hydro plants. But yeah, I was definitely part of Catherine of Sky's community there, helping people wrap their heads around the concept of the flower breeding in that game. Because it's actually simulating Mendelian inheritance across multiple genes to determine the color of the flowers that you end up with when they breed. And complicating things is that flowers can clone themselves as well. So it's like, oh boy, if a flower doesn't have a valid breeding partner, it can just clone itself, and you will never exactly know, depending on how you do your setups, if you've ended up with a clone or if you've ended up with a breeding result. So you have to pattern your flowers very specifically. It gets nuts. It gets a little crazy for Animal Crossing. Yeah. I eventually just stopped. I just stopped and I haven't been back since. Many, many months. I've missed several events. All of the bug offs I've missed for the year. And most of the other fishing tournaments, I did the first fishing tournament, and that was it. Oh boy. Inputs. Nothing, right? No inputs? No inputs at all for this. One input for this. One input. That is the iron ore for the... Oops. That is the iron ore for the solution. Because I will make the solution here. But, and I don't know why did I just delete this? No, I need this as a supply standard train station, and in fact I need 2 of them, and they aren't these. They aren't solids. They're fluids. Are the rail blueprints available somewhere? Yes, on my Discord. The link is in the description below. I have a channel called Factorio String Sharing on the Discord, and that's where you will find all that you could ever desire. I have a link to the blueprint book for the actual rail system that I'm using. It's on it's the foundation rails from Cano, whatever number. I've got a link to that, and I've got a link to the blueprint book, anyway, that this blueprint book, I think it's this, but note that this is from Factorio, not necessarily Space Angels here. It's got my request station, and it's got the train station stuff-ish. In it. This book I have on there on a string. It's a text document. Just grab the text document, copy the code, and there you go. You got it. Okay. Our iron ore at ferro chloric. Should I just call it FCS? Pretty sure I can get away with just calling it FCS. Ferric chloride solution. Okay. I have a thing that I can copy for the water. Somewhere. Somewhere I have a thing I can copy for the water. It's here. This right here makes 1,000 purified water. No, it's not 1,000. It's something. Something. 750, maybe? I don't know. N amount. N amount. I should build on this side of these tracks. Reason being that, well, otherwise it's just a big blank area of zilch if I build on the other side. So there we go. We build this way. 1. Hi. Meow. How's that? How's that pretty girl meowing at me? Huh? She's talking to me? She's a talker? She's a talker, little 8-month-old dolly? How's my 8-month-old dolly? Oh, is she? How's that girl? How's that pretty girl? How's that pretty dolly? Squirmy? Yes. Squirmy. There you go. Be free! Reefy, she wants to play. Yes, I know. She butters me and squeezes her way between my monitor and the TV screen next to me to get towards the window and the printer. So let's see. This is 5. Yes, 5. 5 is 750. Yep, 750, 150. 17. 17. I hate you. I hate you so much for being 17. Oh yeah, and I sorta have to do the extra little bit here where I destroy the pure water and not the saline. What's 750 divided by 160? 5. Rounded up. Ta-da. So I need this times 3. Oh yeah, pipe. Oh hey, I need pipe. Pipe? Vehicle? Hey vehicle, do you have you have pipe? You don't have pipe to ground. That's all the pipe I have left. Tree? How you survive? How did you survive? Alright, well there's my saline. Beautiful and glorious saline production. I have to combine all of these pipes though. No, I didn't want to have to think about that. Alright, there we go. Over this way. Over this way. Do this, this, and this. Power. Power is everything. .307. We're about halfway. Welcome, saline, to the glorious party. Beautiful saline. What? Well, alrighty then. That's that. 7 electrolyzers. Oh boy. Where will these live? And in what way will they be scaled? Let's do them over here. I haven't built like this yet. You. There. To... Ooh, lithium. Interesting. Okay. That. That is my desire. This is going to overproduce hydrogen. Just so as we're aware, for the purposes of making HCl. We are, of course, using even more pipe. I very likely will not have enough pipe to ground. that is. But we shall see. At least not for the entire build. Alright, you. This away. Power. Uh-oh. One more thing. Output, 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 output. Ah, the power does reach. Good. Power is everything. Buzz. Annoyingly loud buzz. And then we have backed up on that stuff. So we have sodium hydroxide now. Hello, welcome to the last 48-ish minutes. 38-ish minutes, excuse me. As I stretch for today's stream. What am I setting up, and what did you miss? You missed the production of plastic. You missed setting up this? All of this? Array of stuffs and things to get plastic. Well, to get into base mineral oil naphtha, and then naphtha being converted into plastic over here in this factory. That's taking naphtha in with the iron and copper ores to make red catalysts, and then the red catalysts are being used to convert the steam plus naphtha into propene, and from there into plastic. That's what you have missed. What I'm working on right now is producing, very specifically, a few things. Sodium hydroxide, ferrochloric solution, and whatever's left on hydrogen chloride, HCl. So we're looking at a few things, really. Do I need the chlorine as chlorine? Yes. I need chlorine as chlorine. Really, phosgene exists, but there's nothing to do with it yet. Huh. Epichlorohydrin for the resin and such. What do you mean one of them turns on space exploration? If nothing in the pie suite needs space exploration. What? Is it okay if you do only some of the pie mods? I mean, the Pyanodon's mod suite, nothing requires space exploration, so I don't know what you're talking about. If you have a mod that's trying to turn space exploration on, don't use that mod. I don't think that's part of the pie suite. Like, what specifically is trying to enable space exploration? Only mods made by Pyanodon are Pyanodon's mods. Just like only Angel's mods released by Arch666 Angel Archangel are Angel's mods. And only stuff by Bobbing About are Bob's mods. So I don't know what other things. You also add stuff like Rampant and Natural... Oh god, you're asking for trouble. You want to use Rampant with the Pyanodon's mod suite and Natural Evolution. I would not suggest that. If you get Factorio Planner, you can set up a recipe and a whole ton of things, and it gives you a BP string and makes the factory you want. That sounds like it's solving the problem for you, when the whole point of the game is to solve the problem. It feels like you're automating the game playing itself at that point, and I'd rather not. It's like, oh yes, let's make the game play itself. No. No, part of what I enjoy is the actual design of the factories. Designing factories is what I like. I don't want it to make them for me. Oh, you realize you have alien biomes. Ha! The thing with alien biomes is that it does sort of make early game Pyanodons a little bit easier because you get a lot more stone. But you also have to deal with a lot of stone. Rocks everywhere. The entirety of the game. It looks really nice. Alien Biomes looks really good. I like it from that respect, but it just adds too many stones to the map, and I don't play with Alien Biomes anymore because it just adds too many stones. Okay. Then I need to get chemical plants. Alright. If I'm going to provide chlorine on the network because it's used in other things, do I bother doing other things in this factory? Do I leave this as a hydrogen chloride, or a sodium hydroxide factory? Do I leave it as just sodium hydroxide and chlorine, provide chlorine, and vent excess chlorine? The downside is that I would need to make hydrogen elsewhere unless I provide the hydrogen on the network. Because the alternative is that I provide chlorine and provide hydrogen chloride and provide ferrochloric solution. I would have to provide 4 things, of which 3 are fluids. So I would need to paste another one of these down. I see part of my conundrum here. Also, I am apparently not holding on to any standard train stops. Okay. That should-ish be that. Let's paste down some chain signals there on that side. I've said before, but those are not required. That's not required, as long as I've got those signals and those signals. for some reason in a mod there is a thing where you can put you can put one wood and get 150 coal. I don't know what that's coming from. I don't know where that's coming from, where you put in one wood into a furnace and get 150 coal out. Like, that is a little nuts. I don't know what you're using. I don't know your mod list. Stuff that you're using. Okay, I need, like, input pumps and all that, and stuff, and things and stuff. That. Jacksies. Where are my jacksies? Alright. There's my jack tanks. All set up. Yes, get the iron ore brought in. Glorious iron ore. I can put this stuff in. The unfortunate thing about this build, there is something a little unfortunate about it, and that is that it will eventually back up on sodium hydroxide. Ah, my fingers. My fingers, I've got, like, my hands are dry. My skin is peeling. I literally live next to the mouth of a bay in the Atlantic Ocean. It's like, why is the air dry? I live, like, a mile from the beach, from beachfront. Hello, Ollie. Yes, you smell my hand sanitizer? Which I know I'm just making the problem worse by putting alcohol, but it has aloe. It has vitamin E. Excuse me. It has vitamin E. My hand sanitizer. Moisturizer in it. Yes. Hi. Hello, baby boy. Hi. Hello, Ollie. There's the Ollie. Yeah. Is that my Ollie? How's my Ollie? How's my Ollie? Snoring? Stuffy? Is she stuffy? Is Ollie stuffy? Yes, I think Ollie's stuffy. Hi. There's my boy. There's my boy. You want my lap? You want lap? Want lap with your tail? Yes. Oh, you're warm. You're real warm. Oh. Yep. Motion. Motion. There he goes. There he goes. He's in lap now. It's lap time for the baby. Okay. Enough delaying, stalling. Let's just get down the stuffs and the things. How many things? That's a lot. 7 makes... Wow, 210. Alright. That's also a lot. Cool. Let's leave it at 3. Have an excess on the chlorine. And go from there. Why, that sounds like a plan! Hi. You're hooked. Hey. No scratchies. Don't scratch me. Don't scratch me, boy. I need pipes. I need alignment. Ideally. There you go. No solids, just fluids. Ow! 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 Off. Off he goes. As he uses his claws to climb away. Why I felt the need to copy the full 2 to get the 3rd, I've got no clue. So, how do I get the chlorine? Alright, let's get this going. Do I only convert excess? Or do I do excess to the station? I think I'm going to do excess to the station on the chlorine, and then of course I have to pipe the stuff into the station and all that great shenaniganry. Oh hey, that's power for all 3. Hey, we've got hydrogen chloride. Huzzah! HCl, it exists. I now also need ferrochloric, whatever. This stuff. Hi. You need... I need things. Probably a little more than 45. I'm making 337. Yeah, I can make a bit of the thing. That is a lot of iron. Whoa! That's a lot of iron. That is a lot. I make 15 per second. Total. 2. We'll have 2? 2. And not use all of it at all. Ever. Yeah, go up there, do that. Sure, why not? Excess out. All of this out. Iron in. How much do I think this base will get? And how much UPS and FPS will I have at the end? I am going to say that I will have 60 frames at the very end of this, because POBs modules are amazing. And how much science am I planning? I don't know. I really don't know at this point how much science I am planning on doing. At the moment, I'm planning on finishing Space Extension. Oh yes, speaking of SpaceX. There is a launch today. Unless it's been pushed back again. At 7:30 something tonight, US Eastern Time. They're launching 4 astronauts to the International Space Station on Crew Dragon. SpaceX launch. Crew 1. It's the Crew 1 mission. Today! Yes, that it is today. It was pushed back a day. It was supposed to be yesterday. But that is tonight. 4 actual astronauts. 3 from NASA, 1 from Japan. Alright, there's the iron in. Okay. I'm just thinking. Processing. What the next steps are. The next step is to go and get more pipe. More pipe to ground, because I need to actually load trains. I need to get additional fluid wagons for trains. I know I've got a few of the cargo wagons sitting in my vehicle, as well as additional locomotives. I don't have additional fluid wagons slash gas wagons. I guess technically these are the Petrochem gas fluid wagons. I like how they look, and that's the only reason why I'm using them. I like the the 3 big balls for the tanks, as opposed to the other one. Also, I don't know how much the other one holds. How much does the other one hold? There are 2 different fluid tanks. You there. Oil, fluid. It is identical. It is identical, the storage volume on these. It's just one is an oil fluid and the other is a gas fluid. Like, okay. I'm using these. And I needed the pipe to ground. I need more stone pipe to ground. I need more stone pipe. And I'm gonna get the steel. The steel! Where's the steel? Steel. Hello, steel pipe to ground. Glorious. What do I use for power instead of nuclear? Since I don't really do the nuclear? Well, I might end up doing the nuclear at some point, but right now it's just Mark II steam engines. Like, we're still really early. It's just the Mark II steam engines in this playthrough, anyway. They will upgrade to Mark III steam engines at some point. And we'll go from there. I am going to attempt to do ore sorting for thorium, which means that I will at some point be doing nuclear. And doing thorium nuclear as well through all of that, because I haven't done it yet. I've not done it. I may as well do it. I may as well get some wonderful nuclear power. I'll likely need it with the shenaniganry of beacons that I'll be doing. Oh, Harry, there's a dolly. There's my dolly emerging. Hello. 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 No, come say hello. Come say hello, my sweet. The sweet dolly. She's come back. Yes. How's that sweet dolly? Yeah, you gonna look at the people. Yes, you're gonna look. Be pretty. Yes, pretty dolly. That's Dolly, Dolley. Okay. Pipes. So many pipes. Who's a what? Who's a what? You'll be the pharaoh. Excuse me. Gosh, I really am missing the pipe to ground length from the multi-purpose pipes in the pie suite. I miss it. I miss it a lot. Muchly. Why don't I like making nuclear? I just don't do it. Because it's not a required element most of the time. I want to spend my brain power and effort not on doing something that's not necessary. By the way, inserters are great. Inserters are nice to have. On occasion. Like, the ratios are not particularly elegant with nuclear either. Like base vanilla nuclear. And you have to sit around and wait forever for U-235 to happen. Even with Covarex, it's like you have to get the U-235 to start the Covarex process, and that it's just, it takes a while. That takes a long time. A very, very long time. Oh, that was chlorine, not... Whoopsies. That was gonna be you. Fortunately, none of the fluid went through yet. And then you have to deal with the spent nuclear fuel cells, which... Yeah, that's also a thing. I'm not gonna just let them build up. Sit there, build up over time. I have to do something with it. Which also requires... It's like a lot of tech to get through that and all... Yeah, it's just... much. It's much. See, therein lies your problem. It's like, oh, just plop down a blueprint. No. Just... You need to understand the blueprint. If you're going to use a blueprint, understand what you're using. Never, 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 ever, 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 ever use blueprints that you do not understand. Fundamentally understand. That's cheating. Don't cheat. But understand why a blueprint is built the way it is first. Build it first, then use blueprints of the things that you have built. I would never suggest just plop a blueprint. No. Screw that. Everything is simple if you, like, the entire game is just plop a blueprint. Like, that you can't use that as an excuse for, like, calling something easy. Like, don't call it easy when your reasoning is you can just plop a blueprint. Literally the entire game is just plop a blueprint. When it comes down to it. Alright, I need to deal with the excess hydrogen now. And the excess hydrogen... Where am I gonna take it? This way, somewhere to a more reasonable voiding line. Oh, I'm... Interesting. Interesting, one is missing. Is that enough? I don't know. 315, that's, and 50 each, that's 7. I've built 8. It's enough! It's enough, so now I have a consistent supply of, or semi-consistent supply, I should say, of doohickeys. Yes. Doohickeys. The dewest. The dewiest of hickeys. Alright. This will stop when I fully back up on the chlorine. Well, on the baric solution. Oh yeah, once I get in... Oh yeah, you've brought up a good point with Factorio. Once I get into the antimatter power on Factorio, there will be an overproduction on U-235 that will need to get crushed and voided. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Literally voiding U-235. Or tritium. Or both. So once this fills, and this fills, and this fills, then this will stop flowing. So what I need to have up here at the very end is another overflow valve somewhere on here. It doesn't really matter where, just some other overflow. Around there, I guess, and then it's flare stacks again, I'm pretty sure, for chlorine. I've got 2 left. Gee, I hope 2 is enough. My focus is always broken. I've resigned myself to that. Because really, the tritium won't really need to be made, will it? Once you get to antimatter power in Factorio, do you even need tritium anymore? So it's like, unless you want to keep your fusion going, you could just completely replace the fusion reactor. I don't know what else uses tritium besides the actual fusion power setup. Because if you don't need the tritium anymore for the fusion, because you're doing antimatter power, then why even bother doing Kovarex even? Like why continue tritium? Why continue Kovarex? It's just like, yeah. You mostly play vanilla. Well, vanilla doesn't have ways of dealing with the with solid waste products, so you have to do something with it. It doesn't, like, vanilla does not have means of voiding stuff. The most mods have means of avoiding stuff. So my brain, because I always play modded and not vanilla, my brain is always in that standpoint of, do not do anything with byproducts. Void everything. One factory, one product. This hurts my soul, by the way. Building this right here, right now. This hurts me. Because I really prefer doing one factory, one product. One output per factory. This has 4 outputs. I don't like having to do this. This is a 4 output, primary output factory. Like, what? No. Please, stop. No, God, why? Supply chlorine. 1. Supply HCl. 1. Supply ferrochloric solution. 1. And supply NaOH. 1. Sodium hydroxide. How do you do the same for different distillates? For not being able to... Oh, God. Haha. Oh, yes, I absolutely void. I void distillates and pie suite. Like, I avoid extra distillates. Like, I generally speaking, void 3 of the distillation outputs, 3 of the 4, and only use 1 of the 4 when I do setups in the pie suite that require distillation. Because I am 1 output. I prefer doing 1 output factories. Yes, my community is nice. We get heated, passionate discussions, but civil. We have civil discussion. Heated but civil. And what he's referring to, by the way, is that you can, in vanilla, you can click on a pipe or click on a storage tank, and you can void the fluid in it by manually clicking. Where we are referring to automated voiding. You can absolutely void a fluid that way in vanilla, and you can technically launch rockets with any solid in it, and you return nothing. Technically, yes, you can void in vanilla by launching rockets full of trash. But that's not viable at large, huge scale. Exactly. And it doesn't offer you a way of automatically voiding excess amounts of fluid. Granted, there's not many fluids that you have to deal with in a vanilla game, either. And it's actually it's easier to deal with that stuff, especially now. I have done something very similar to, like, on the distillate stuff, just fill 4 tanks of distillates and then circuit condition the tanks to void excess beyond, like, once a tank is full of something, it can void the rest. I have done that in setups in, like, mall, but otherwise, like, if I'm feeling lazy, I do actually use more than the 1 output from the distillates. In, like, if I've done a Pyanodon oil distillation setup in my mall, that's the time that I would use all of it. And you can refer to my Pi Alien Life, the Paidu Valley series, where I absolutely do something similar to that. I do have distillation in my mall up for a bit of time. Okay, that is, as they say, that. I need to get my locomotives down and loaded. Okay, you're limiting yourself to that many. How much coal do I have? Oh gosh, just barely. Not enough. There, have that. Oh yes, I need to make another thing. I need another thingy. And I believe I have done this. I can add it there. Oh. Boy. Yup. This will need signals. Not the wazoo. Is this even okay? Like... Yes. Yes, it is. It will... So this is a valid way of having a shared rail, of having things on each side. I think that a train will still be able to go this direction across this way. It should absolutely still be possible. And it should be able to pick it and do it one at a time. It is dumb to do this, but so I am going to just remove that in its entirety. But just so we know, yes, that is valid. That is a valid setup. I don't really see having the need for the extra thing there. Yes. Yes, evil laugh intensifies. Yes, it's very rarely is there a situation where you absolutely need to have a shared rail like that, and I don't need to do that here. Depot for the NaOH. Depot for the ferrochloric solution. Depot for the HCl. Did I put the 1 at the end of that? Yes. And depot for the chlorine. Spacing. I can't put it 1 down because then I don't have the space for the rail signal. But this particular signal is absolutely required. That signal needs to be moved up there. This signal is required, and I don't quite think I have the space to do... Oh god, I actually do? What? But then it's an inconsistent spacing with everything else. So, there. Maybe I should have designed this entire station with 1 tile closer spacing on everything. Oh, I always pay attention to where I'm standing. I always make sure that I am just off the rail. Okay, that's fine. Now, all of these guys need a mission in life. And it's 5 minutes past the hour. Great. Full cargo circuit condition. So we're ending it with the setup of these locomotives here. This is ferric chloride. Solution, supply, depot. I'm gonna set this to be a little bit different. What tab is ferric chloride in again? Oops. Here. I'm gonna set it to greater than or equal to 10,000 units. you can go ahead and do that. The hydrogen chloride can fill. Supply depot full cargo circuit condition. Do your thing. And, I mean, obviously this one is going to be similar. Chlorine. Supply depot. Fluid count circuit condition of chlorine as greater than or equal to 10,000. And you can go do your thing too. Ta-da! Then source priorities. That's where we will end things for the day. There's this dechlorine. This list is getting a little long. HCl. And ferric chloride. And sodium hydroxide. Now, what tab is sodium hydroxide under? That is always a mission. There it is. It's under Petrochem. DNaOH. There we go. And that is that. Wonderful. Stretch! Oh, why are you... Where are you? Even? Did I not... Oh. Circuit condition. There you go. Where did I park? There. And that, as they say, is that. Chances are I'm going to need a lot more throughput on the sodium hydroxide, so we're going to need to do a bit more work to have a few more trains on the sodium hydroxide in the grand scheme of things. But, grand scheme of things, I'm also gonna likely consider these as byproducts and have actual builds for each of these three things in separate factories, like I would normally do. The only reason why I don't right now is because I do not have a means of voiding sodium hydroxide yet. If I had a means of voiding sodium hydroxide, I would absolutely have each and every one of these three items as completely separate factories. But anyway, with that, folks, we are close to 10 minutes after the scheduled end of the stream. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have been enjoying this series thus far and have enjoyed this stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Please consider hitting that great big blue join button if you haven't already to become an erudite otaku, and turn that blue button gray. You could also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able, and of course, be sure to show up to the live streams when they happen, and I've got various other setups involved with that. Since we have the live chat, you've got emotes that you get access to if you are a member. Wonderful, glorious emotes. And badges, loyalty badges, and all that good stuff available to you. And we are close to having 10 members and being able to unlock another emote slot as well. Yes, all of that wonderful stuff. When we return next time, I will be working on the circuits. It's time for circuit boards and electronic circuit boards. It's great. We can move on. We got plastic today. We got the ferrochloric solution stuff, and a lot of other things involved in making chemical science. But yeah, so I will see you all on the next one.